Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel Nice Tower. Today we are going to learn how to design a Moorish horseshoe arch. By the end of this video, you will learn and understand the complete process and be able to model it yourself. So let's start it. So we have this CNC panel, so we need it later. So we start from here. We first create this column. So we start by drawing a rectangle by using the rectangle tool. So we created this rectangle till here and we use the option styles and we use the X-ray tool of this option. So now we can see the background. So with the line tool, we create lines, another line here, again, another line, here again. So we use the arc option here by clicking on arc option or on A. So we created this arc and now we create another arc. First we use the line, another line, here another line. So then we use the arc option. Again, here we double click here, we draw and double click here. So we need another arc in here. We draw it here like by using the arc option again in here. So we create this arc option in here. So we create a line till the point we need in here, down, down, down below in here. And we draw another line for creating this and that arc. So we create another line, and again, and again, and again. So then we can create arcs like before we did in a few seconds indeed. So another line, we connect this in here and here in the end. So we don't need to draw that again. So we copy this thing by pressing the control button by using the move tool. So we delete the remnant parts by eraser tool by clicking on E or using the option. So we draw our arcs in here by double clicking. We can do the same process that we did first. And in here we draw another arc and we don't need to draw an arc in there. So we delete the remnant parts that we don't need them actually. So we divide it into half because we only need half of it. We don't need the rest of the structure that we created. So we copy this by pressing the M button or using the move and by pressing the control, so we can copy this. So we delete the remnant part and we use this circle tool to create a circle. We don't need the face, we only need the line of that circle. So we deleted the part that we didn't need, that flat face, and now we use the follow me tool. First we clicked on the line and then we clicked on the follow me tool and then boom, we clicked on what? On the face. So we have our column here. So we by right clicking on it and pressing the make group, make component, we created a component. So we draw another rectangle in here and by using the move button, we lock the axis and we put it in here. So from the push pull option or pressing on P or using the option push pull, and then we offset this by clicking on offset option. So we offset it again and again and again. And we would want to find the center of this circle. And now we draw our circle. And we delete the line that we don't need. And now we offset it again and press enter. And again, we push pull it, press enter and double click to do the same process again and again. So we have our thing and now we right click on it and make component again. So now we are drawing the next section. And we use the rectangle option again. We use the X-ray And now we draw our arcs by using the arc option. Again in here, we use the arc option, and again, arc option in here to draw the rest of it. So we move it till here. You can see that our segments are pretty visible and we want to have it more smoother. So we click on it, and from default tray option in here, we can increase the segments to 50. And now you can see it's very smoother. So we draw another arc in here and another arc at the side of this. So we copy this. We copy this and lock the axis next to this other structure we created, and we delete the random parts by using the erase option. We double click on it, we make it a group. And now we select the parts that we need in here. We click on them here and we offset them because we need it. And we delete the remnant parts that we don't need by using the erase option. We push pull it till there, and again we push pull it here to the same size that we need. And now the next part, we are creating this other section. So we use the rectangle tool and then we use the X-ray tool. We click on the arc. We create the arc that we need in here. Yeah, so beautiful in here. We create an arc here and we offset it again till the part we need, and again. And now again we double click on it to do the same action we did. So we stop in here for a second to find the center of the circle. And now after finding the circle, we want it for another position. And now we skip that. And now we draw other lines that we need. We use the move option. We copy this by clicking on Control. And in here, again, in here, we put our line. We complete our lines till the part we need. And then we use the eraser tool to delete the remnant parts that we don't need. So we use the offset tool again to offset this part. And we copy and lock the axis in here. Okay, we need half of this thing. So we split it in half in here. So beautiful. And we delete the remnant parts by using the eraser tool or clicking on delete. So we deleted the remnant parts that we don't need. And we copy this by using Control C. Actually, we should have done it first. We push pull it and then we draw the lines on it. But because of this error, it's no problem. We can do this. We copy them and we again use the paste in place option that it replace our lines back into its place by using the paste in place option. And now we push pull them. And now in here, draw a circle. We extrude it to shape a cylinder. We right click on this. We make it a group. And now use the rotation tool. We lock the axis in here. We press on the cylinder. We rotate it till here. We place it right in here. Now we divide it by 12. Press enter. And now we select them all. We use the solid tools here. Press on union button to union them. And then we subtract these cylinders from the shape. And now we have it like this. And we select this part. And we use the flip tool. We flip it in here and press Ctrl to have a copy. And we select them all again. And we flip it till here. Press Ctrl to have a copy. And now the CNC panel that I mentioned at the first of the video. Here we are going to use this. We place it in here. we use the move tool, press Ctrl to have a copy of this. We lock the axis in here, we place it here, and then we multiply this by 5x. We press enter and we select them. We deselect by pressing shift. We use the move tool again, press Ctrl to have a copy of this. We lock the axis, we place it in here, and we multiply that again by 3x now. So it's a component, so whenever we apply something on it, and it will do the same at the rest of the things that copied. So we come back by pressing the ESC button and we make them a solid group. So we lock the axis and we put it in front, and now we copy this face that we need our CNC panel to be this shape. So we cut the shape, we go into the group, we paste and place it, and now we use the Curic Face Knife plugin. First we click on the CNC panel, then we click on plugin, and then on the shape we want the CNC panel to be that way. So we don't need this panel again, this shape, we delete that. And we use the move tool to place it back into the place. We lock the axis and we put it here. And you can see how nice it fits. And now we use the flip tools. We place it in here, press Ctrl to have a copy of this, and you can see we have it in the other side. So with default tree option, we material the parts that we want with a color, because we only need the color code to put a texture on it. So we again go to default tree option and press on edit, and we see we have an option, we can upload our texture. Whenever we open this, boom, here we have our texture on it. So we color the CNC panel that we had, and again in here, look how beautiful it looks like in here. Thank you for watching this video, and here it's our lesson. As I promised you that we can do it, we did. And here you have the beautiful Moorish Horseshoe Arch that we had on the picture, and here the 3D model. This is the end of today's tutorial. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you have any idea, if you have any objection, please comment down below. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.